My name is Erin Walsh-Dyer. I'm a QuickBooks Online Advanced Pro Advisor. I love using QuickBooks Online, and I really love QuickBooks Online Advanced because it is so helpful in helping companies that are experiencing growth, have a lot of users, a lot of moving parts, a lot of checklists and things to do. And this offering is just so helpful to growing businesses or businesses that just have a lot of things going on. A little bit about myself before we move on. I am, as I said, a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, and my company is named The Bookkeeper's Friend, and we're based in San Diego, California. What I focus on is setting up people in QuickBooks Online to the best offering that's for their business. And then I teach them how to use it. So I'm a personal coach with QuickBooks Online. So if you're interested in talking to me, I think I have my email address on the last slide. So maybe you could reach out to me at the Bookkeeper's Friend in San Diego. Let's get started. We're going to start working smarter, not harder. So a lot of business owners are out there doing what they do, and they do it really great. However, you might want to stop doing bookkeeping and accounting and wondering what bills you owe and how much money's in the bank and who owes you. Let's get this system working so it is automating and making sure that nothing's slipping through the cracks, and it's keeping your hands off the computer or off the app, and let the app start doing the heavy lifting for you. So that's what I'm here to help you with, and hopefully Advanced might be a fit for your business. This is our agenda today. We're going to learn what companies are choosing QuickBooks Online Advanced, and we're going to see the time-saving features that it has. I'm actually going to demo some of those for you as well, and then we'll learn what types of business actually are thriving in this application. It's not for everybody, but if some of the features that I'm about to show you seem like they would help you save time and money, because let's face it, your staff's time is costing you money. So if we can save time getting data in there and reporting out to you and the final numbers, it could be that QuickBooks Online Advanced might be the right fit for you. So let's take a look at what's going on and why people are choosing it. So many companies are facing change, and they are willing to invest to make the complex, like things slipping through the cracks, making things simple. So lots of businesses are looking for solutions that will free their time, so they're ready to, and they can see the next opportunity and actually set goals and achieve them. So even if you are going through change right now, it may be the time to kind of do some housekeeping and find apps that might help you process data faster. You can work smarter with remote teams, and then you can free up your time and focus on growing your business and looking for the next opportunity. There is also a great way to collaborate with other professionals that can help you do some planning, keep track of cash, so you can bring in accounting professionals or business consultants to help you make the right decisions. So it's a good time to take a look at your operations and maybe make a change. So a little bit about QuickBooks Online Advanced. In the end, accounting systems, programs are about getting data in and then looking at the numbers and using those numbers to help you make decisions. So there's really great features included with QuickBooks Online Advanced, Smart Reporting by Fathom being one of them. This is an outside app that is included with the QuickBooks Online Advanced subscription, and it does some amazing things. I can't wait to show it to you. Then we're going to talk about custom chart builders, which is in Advanced as well. You can export reports to Google Sheets, which is not available with any of the other QuickBooks Online. Why would that be important? Well, you want to get data or reports out of QuickBooks to another group of people. Maybe they're sales reps, maybe they're consultants, but you don't want them in your books. So it's a great way to quickly share reports with others. And then we'll talk about custom fields. Custom fields lets us make custom reports, and I'll show you how to do that. There's also accelerated data entry. So reports are awesome, but we need to get the data in there fast. So we can import data and import budgets and invoices and also batch enter transactions on one screen. So I'll show you how to do that. And then finally, access. If your team, the people who work for you, are now in different locations, which is very common right now, you need to be cloud-based and you need to have extra people in the books, possibly from a remote location. So let's do this safely and easily using user roles. We want somebody in the books, but we don't want them seeing everything like payroll. So we want to make sure that we're managing this. Also, there is a priority circle, which I'll talk about in a minute, but it's basically advanced support from Intuit, including some free training. You get another accountant in there, and then there's workflows and tasks, and we can also back up QuickBooks Online Advanced. So all that is added to QBO Advanced. If you're in Plus or another version, these are all in addition to what you're already experiencing. So let's get in and see if this is going to help you manage your company. So before we move on, I should just let you know that service and project-based companies are thriving really well in this offering because, first of all, a lot of people like this guy here on the screen, maybe he's out at a job site. He's about to do a grandma flat in that garage there. So he's going to go in there and do an estimate. Well, you can do estimating right from an iPad or from a computer or anywhere. You can do it on the job site using QBO and QBO Advanced. So he might want to be using something like this, and it's just very easy for him to do this. The reason we're saying service-based is QuickBooks Online Advanced does have inventory, don't get me wrong, but it's more like you purchase the inventory, you sell the inventory. It's not a heavy inventory program, meaning doing inventory assemblies or warehousing and things like that. So if you're project or service-based, this is probably a good fit. Now, even if your industry is not listed on this slide, it doesn't mean you won't find value in QuickBooks Online Advanced. These are just the most common businesses right now that are using them. Okay, so who is Advanced best for? Service and project-based, like I said, people who are adapting to the cloud. You have remote workers. You need somebody doing bill pay or accounts receivable management, but they're not coming into the office. This is a great way to do this. You can have up to 5 users with QuickBooks Online Plus. You can have up to 25 users in QuickBooks Online Advanced. So that's going to expand those capabilities, and we'll talk about user roles in a minute. Or maybe you want to get more insights to help you plan that growth or manage cash and things like that. So there's apps, some of the applications that are inside QBO Advanced is going to help you with that. And you want to invest a little to get these efficiencies done. So those are the people who are going to thrive in this. So now let's simplify our processes, automate some of the work, and then collaborate with our team. And our team could be a sales team. It could be just your bookkeeping staff at the office. It could be a business consultant, your CPA. Let's get everybody talking and working together and helping you. Okay, so my first topic is specialized reporting. So beyond QuickBooks Online Plus, Advanced has some really, really great stuff. So Smart Reporting by Fathom, as I mentioned, is an app. So it's an app that's included with the monthly subscription, and you can get all kinds of really cool stuff done in there. I'll show you in just a moment. Enhanced field customization is custom fields. You can get 48 custom fields in QBO Advanced. I'll show you how to set those up and how to build reports with that. And then finally, the Performance Center in QBO Advanced gives us a way to get insights into certain micro areas of the books by building custom charts. I want to see specifically what's going on with a type of revenue. What's our top seller? Something like that. And you can have a nice graph showing you all of that. So they're visual reports that can help you understand your business and engage better with investors or just your team. You want to be tracking something. So it's custom dashboards, and we can set up to 25 custom charts here and build them via 10 list items, so 10 items going across the graph. And then you can filter it back. So maybe I want to see a certain type of revenue for location A. So I could then filter it back to a certain location. So this is actually located in the Performance Center, which was added to the Report Center in QuickBooks Online Advanced. So what I'm going to do is just toggle really quick over to a sample company of QuickBooks Online Advanced. As soon as you enter something into this test drive, which is Craig's Landscaping, we can enter things, play around with different tools that are in here. And then as soon as we log off this browser, it resets itself. It goes right back to the way it was. So I'm going to show you where the custom chart builder is located. It's in the report center, and there's something called the performance center for QuickBooks Online Advanced. When you first use it in the test drive, it's going to ask for the industry, because the charts can actually do industry benchmarks, and it's based on your industry that you select, and they look in a certain area around your address. So we could put that in, but I'm going to just jump right in and show you how to add a custom chart. So there's quick charts here that you can pull if you want, expenses over time, gross profit. But if you look, Intuit's already given us, I think, around 8 or 9 charts we can access immediately. But I want to do a custom chart for you guys. So I'm going to hit add new chart. We have 9 choices on how many choices in basing the chart. We're going to select revenue to get started. Click continue on the bottom right. And in this one, I'm going to do landscaping revenue, because remember, Craig's is a landscaping company. Landscaping revenue. Let's do this year to date. And then this is where I can choose the list item that I want to pull onto the chart. And in this case, I'm choosing items, which is your products and services. Once I choose that, I see the full list of products, and I'm only interested in the landscaping line of services that we provide. So I've chosen all 3, and you can see instantly it is creating a chart for me. You can also filter it back by location or several other options. And you can also do comparatives to prior years or previous period, depending on the period you chose at the top. Instant micro charts on little areas inside your books that you want to be monitoring. So I'm going to add that to the dashboard, and instantly I have my landscaping revenue chart. I've seen this used in very interesting ways. Clients who want to track fuel expenses by driver. Just really interesting ways to use this. And it can always be modified or changed. You can edit or delete your widget, and you can change the date range right from the graphic itself. There's a little video if you want to learn a bit more. And that is the Performance Center with your custom charts. And again, you can get up to 25. We only have 11 created at this point. Now we're going to move on and look at another great reporting feature. Specialized reporting also has Smart Reporting by Fathom. So Fathom is an outside app that you can connect to QuickBooks Online Advanced at no additional cost. And it's a dynamic tool that can help you with seeing your business more clearly. And you can start monitoring different areas. Like, let's say you have a goal for revenue. You can actually set those goals and see if you're reaching that mark or not. So it's really a fabulous application. This can be purchased as a standalone, but you'd have to pay for it with like QuickBooks Online Plus or QuickBooks Desktop. It is included with your subscription in QuickBooks Online Advanced. So let's take you over to another company file I have. This is actually a demo company I have where I have some stuff already set up in the Fathom reporting app. So I'm going back to reports, to the reports menu. And in here, we have Smart Reporting by Fathom. So they've added it right into the reporting center in QuickBooks Online. If I click there, it's actually opening another browser window, and it is opening Fathom. Okay, when you first log into Fathom, it is pulling data from QuickBooks Online over to this application and giving you different tools you can use to monitor your business. This is a one-way street. It only pulls data from QuickBooks. You can manipulate it here and make custom analysis tools, and it never will push data back to QuickBooks Online. So that being said, let's take a look at where we are. We're on the analysis tools, and we're looking at KPIs. This means key performance indicators. It's areas of your QuickBooks that you want to monitor. Like, we want consulting revenue to be $50,000 for the month of September. We came in at 30. This is showing us that we're 38% of our target, and we have not met our goal. So in order to do that in QuickBooks Online, I have to pull the report and maybe crunch those numbers. This way you can set up different KPIs you want to track. I'll go to settings, and you can go to KPIs, and choose the ones you want to monitor. Fathom has over 50 KPIs set up in here, and you can use all of them or just a few. Fathom does recommend you start with maybe 5. So don't go overboard. Pick a few that you really want to be monitoring, like total revenue, and make sure your accounts receivable isn't running late. Things like that. So start small, and then you can always add more. Once you choose your KPIs, you could set those targets that we were just looking at, and then that analysis tool will tell you if you're meeting your target. So you go in and set all these, and you can also do targets that are variable. So maybe you install Christmas lights. There's going to be Christmas light season coming up. So you're going to have more revenue during that time versus maybe summertime. So those are ways you can manipulate that. Once you've got all those set up, you can go to analysis and start looking through these. Now, let's say I do want to track one of these, but I don't know how to set that target. Am I just going to pick a random number? There is a feature in here called Goal Seek. And I'm just doing a really quick demo of Fathom. There's a lot in here, but I think this one's really important, especially for business owners. You can set, like, I want gross profit, I want activity, any one of these. Let's stick with the one that's here, which is profitability. I want profitability to be at 65%. That's my ratio I want. Now, in order to get there, I'm not just going to pull a random number and go, oh, we're going to do it and just make it happen. This is allowing me to change maybe my price. Maybe I'm going to do some marketing and increase volume. Renegotiate some contracts, get that cost of goods sold down, change some fixed expenses, and we've reached our goal. So this is a way we can actually play with this, and good idea to talk to a professional, like an accounting professional or a business consultant. Look at these tools and come up with those goals and set them. We could put this profitability goal right into those KPIs and be monitoring it. And did we reach our 65% target? So there's amazing things in here that that cannot get done in QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop for that matter. There's a few other, there's a lot of other stuff in here. There's a profitability graph showing us our break-even point for this year, where we are now, and if the trend continues, where are we going to be? Really great stuff. Growth. These are different graphics showing us where they were, and each one of these little ping pong balls is showing us where we were at a certain point in time, and whether, in this case, we are growing with health. You don't want to be down here in the decline area. So, work with your accountant to understand what these all mean, but you can get in here and be monitoring all kinds of really good stuff. So trends, these are all customizable, and you can also pull these into reports as well. There are report packages in Fathom. So really great tools. You can customize your reports. I'll just go into this draft report here and show you where you can pull in some of those KPIs and some other things and get some really beautiful reports in here. I don't have a lot of data in here, but you can see we have report packages. Here's our KPI results. Pull that into a published report. And if you need to see that, and there's the overall KPIs as well. All right, well, that is Fathom. And Fathom has really great training. You could probably look at Fathom for a very long time and still learn and still keep learning. But the most important thing is, at this point in time, we need to be setting goals and monitoring those targets that we have. We want to make sure that we are reaching those goals so we can grow our business at any given time. It's a way to monitor without keeping it in your head or having to go look up a report somewhere. The next add to the reporting is Google Sheets. And I mentioned this when I was introducing QBO Advanced a few minutes ago. You can now export any report that's in QuickBooks Online to Google Sheets. It's just one of the choices. It's always been export to Excel or a PDF, but now Google Sheets is there. Again, if we have a group of people who need to look at reports that we do not want in the books, then this is a great option because you can share Google Sheets in seconds with people who are outside your organization. So it's just another ad only with QuickBooks Online Advanced. The next one is custom fields. This is one of my favorites. There are just a few custom fields inside QuickBooks Plus. You can add, let's say, a sales rep field to a sales form. However, it's text only. I could type in Joe, I could type in Joe's last name, I could type in Joe's initials. There's no structure to it. So this allows us to do set drop-down lists, and we can add things like dates, date ranges, all kinds of stuff in this new offering in QuickBooks Online Advanced. So let's talk about custom fields. I'll demo a little bit in the test drive. All right, so your custom fields is in the gear, and it's right here under list, custom fields. Again, only with Advanced do we get these 48 custom fields. I'm going to add one for the first time, and let's just do a simple one. Let's do sales rep. And what kind of data do we want? Do we want text only, a number field? Do we want a date or a drop-down list? Drop-down list is a fit for this, so let's do that. And let's put in Joe and Mary, and we can keep adding. We can get up to 100 sales reps in here. And Todd, how about Todd? Okay, where do we want these custom fields to appear? Now, what's unique about this is the existing custom fields in Plus is not available to the customer record. What if I want to assign Mary to a certain customer? I can, and that way, anytime I enter a sale, it's going to pull her name onto that sale. So I'm going to add it there, and then I'm also going to add it to the sales forms that would come into play. And all these are sales forms. POs are not, or expenses, but these are all purchase forms. These are all the sales forms in QuickBooks. So I'm adding it to every one of them, hitting save, and here's my first custom field. You can add as many as you need. Oh, sorry, 48. You can have 48. I also need to talk about that. 12 to the customer record, 12 to sales forms, 12 to expense or purchase records, and 12 to vendor fields. So it means I can't add 48 to the customer record, just 12. So the combined total is 48. So let's go to the Sales Center. Let's look at customers, and I'll quickly show you how we can add a default sales rep to Amy. So this is Amy's Bird Sanctuary, a customer of ours. I'm going to click Edit, and right here we have a Custom Fields tab, and here's my new sales rep field. Mary is this particular customer's sales rep. Again, this is the test drive for QuickBooks Online, so open up the test drive and experiment with this. There may be a certain field or a certain way of tracking information that you need a report on, and you can build custom reports based on this. I'm going to go back to the customer list here, and you can see there's a tiny gear here we call the grid gear. This list is actually a grid. That's the official term. And we're going to add from the grid gear the sales rep column. So now we can see who's the official sales rep for this particular customer. And again, we could just keep going with this, go to the next one, edit, and we'll add a new sales rep for this one. Now, why do all this? Well, when I go to enter a sale for Amy, let's enter an invoice here under the plus new and type in or pull in Amy's name. Immediately, her sales rep is all automatically populated. We're going to add some billable time that we had marked, some time we had marked billable to this particular invoice. Mary's going to get the credit for this sale, and then we're going to save that. So how is that helpful? Well, it is helpful a little bit. We know who Amy's sales rep is. However, if you want to do a report, I like this report. I'll just type in sales in my search, and I'm going to do sales by customer detail. This is a great way to start this report. And we're going to build a custom report here. Right now, this is sales by customer detail. This is just this month to date, but we're grouping by customer. Let's first of all open this up. Let's do this quarter to date, run the report. Oh, that's our only sale this quarter. That's not good. Let's do this year to date. Let's run that report. We should have more. Okay, here we go. So you can see this is grouping all these by the customer, but I want to see by sales rep. And my custom field is right here in the group by drop down. Run the report now. We have one sale for Mary, and the rest of these are not specified. So we're going to have to go through and add the sales rep for all of these invoices. I'll talk about that later. How do we do that in batches? So anyway, think about what you need to be tracking that's not a natural field in QuickBooks, and what kind of reports you're trying to get done in Excel that maybe this would be a solve for you. Could save you a lot of time. You can save custom reports right here, and then you're off to the races. Got these custom, wonderful reports that you can get using that feature, custom fields. That's all about reporting. Now let's talk about getting this information in there quickly. So QuickBooks Online Advanced has several options here. First of all, we can import invoices and budgets from a CSV file. So if you have a point of sale system or another sales system that's tracking invoices and you need to get them into QBO in bulk, importing might be the option for you. And what this does is it takes the CSV and converts it to QuickBooks Online Invoices, and I'll give you a little example of that in a minute. The other option is batching transactions. When I just opened that invoice a few moments ago, that invoice I had to put in Amy's name, the product they sold, the date, this, that, the other, and then hit save. What if I could open all those fields up in rows and columns and do multiples? That is batch transactions in QuickBooks Online. I can hit save once and save dozens of transactions rather than save and new, save and new. So that's why I really love that feature. And then this is brand new Salesforce. If any of you are using Salesforce as a contact management system, guess what? QuickBooks is now connected to Salesforce inside QuickBooks Online Advanced. It adds a tab on the left navigation, and you can manage your opportunities from Salesforce and message with the accounting staff right in QuickBooks Online Advanced. So I know that's big for some of you out there listening to this right now. Huge, brand new, just added. Okay, let's take a look at importing invoices first. Again, I have data that's in Excel, or we want to convert it to a CSV file, but it's basically Excel data that we're going to turn into multiple invoices in QuickBooks Online. So when you go to the gear menu in QuickBooks Online, you can do import invoice or import data, it says. And in there you have several tabs or several cards. Bank, customers, vendors. Those cards are all there for QuickBooks Essentials and Plus. However, the invoice card is unique to QuickBooks Online Advanced. So now you are able to import this. So what this does is you can import 1,000 rows of data in one push. When you click that invoice icon, that little screen that's to the top right on this screenshot, it opens that screen, and then you can go ahead and download an import guide that'll give you information on how it works. And it also gives you a sample CSV file that you can use to, fill in the data that you're pulling from the other application. So you get the data in there correctly, browse to it, check the box that says add new customers in case there's new customers on that list. And there you go. It takes seconds to bring in 1,000 rows of data. Now, I should mention, if your invoice has 4 rows on it, meaning I have 4 products that were sold, what I want to do is the way it's set up is it'll say invoice 1 4 times, and then those products will be 4 rows on the one invoice. So when I say 1,000 rows of data, one invoice just pulled 4 of those rows. So it doesn't mean 1,000 invoices, it means 1,000 rows. So do the math. How many invoices can I get in there? And it'll tell you. If you can only pull in, 50 invoices in one push, it takes seconds. Can you imagine filling in all those fields like I just did on an invoice and then hitting save 50 times? So much faster, so much information can get in there very, very quickly. So if you need a demo or need information, you can always reach out to me. But this is a powerful, powerful feature. And I know some of you right now are thinking, oh my gosh, I could use that right now. So that's for you. Another option is importing budgets. So budgets, is the budget feature in Plus, QuickBooks Online Plus, but you have to key in each field on the budget for each month. And it takes a lot of time. It's so much easier to manipulate and change data and copy across and copy down in Excel. So if you can get it in Excel and save it as a CSV, you can import a budget right into QuickBooks Online Advanced. All right, batch entry. I think this is one of my favorites. Batch entry is getting multiple transactions entered inside QuickBooks Online. And I am going to show you this screen really quick in Craig's landscaping. Batch entry is in the new button, and it's right here. And just really quick, if you're not going to import invoices, you can batch them in right inside QuickBooks Online Advanced. So here I'm choosing invoices, and I'm going to create multiples. Let's do one for Amy's Bird Sanctuary. And let's figure out, well, Mary's already pre-populated. That worked. And the product we're selling, since it's a landscaping company, we're going to do gardening every week. And every week we charge $75. Okay, that's invoice number one. Well, guess what? We have multiple clients we do this for. So instead of importing invoices, we're going to duplicate this invoice for multiple customers. So now we're going to pull from the customer list and start pulling in the other customers who have weekly gardening, I should say. Awesome. Pull them all in. Maybe there's more, but that's a good example of how you can quickly make batch invoices. We can do this with bills. We can do this with sales receipts. Anything that you need to, that you have the same client that needs the exact same invoice. And by the way, you can add an additional product. So let's say with Bill, we wanted to sell him something else. We've just added a row here for Bill, and we would just add that product here. So we're just doing a unique one. We did some design for Bill, and I'll just scroll over. But you can see how I got all of this onto one screen. I'm not hitting save and new, save and new, save and new. Really quick, great way to save time. Let's get this data in here as fast as possible. And that is batch entry into QuickBooks Online Advanced. So let's get you out of the books and out doing what you do best. Okay, I mentioned Salesforce. This is a newer feature. Basically, if you are using Salesforce, which is a customer relationship manager, you have a sales team out there, pounding the pavement, making those calls and closing sales for you. They are managing all those emails and phone calls and everything in Salesforce. And those are opportunities. As soon as they close, an opportunity pushes over to QuickBooks Online Advanced. What happens is once you connect Salesforce to QuickBooks Online Advanced using the connector powered by QuickBooks, a newer offering just came out, it will add a tab on the left navigation of QuickBooks Online Advanced where the accounting team is now able to work better and talk to the sales team right inside the accounting program. So basically there's messaging in there, opportunities come over as a, not a closed sale, but it's like a unapproved sale. So it does need to get looked at and then approved and turned into an invoice. You could set reminders for custom due. It'll update Salesforce when the reminder goes out, back and forth conversations, messaging between the accounting team and the sales team. And the sooner you get the accounting team and the sales team working together, you're going to turn over cash a lot faster. For those of you using Salesforce, this is big news, and I encourage you to turn this on and give it a try. So this is a connector that was written by Intuit, and it's built into QuickBooks Online Advanced. Now, if we're going to have all of these people working in your accounting, we need to have not only have them in there, but have them filtered back to what you want them to see. Also, you might have 3 or 4 people doing accounts payable at 3 or 4 different locations. We want to make sure they are getting reminded when bills are due, and so nothing slips through the cracks. And there's also all kinds of tasks you can set right on screen. I want Mary at this sales office to call somebody about a bill that isn't paid. I can actually add a task that's custom right inside the QuickBooks Online Advanced, and Mary will see that next time she logs in. So, and then finally, online backup and restore. You can back up QuickBooks Online Advanced. It's really cool. I'll show you that in a second as well. All right, first of all, workflows. This is a really cool feature. So there are 7 workflow templates in QuickBooks Online Advanced, and they're basically templates that send reminders and acknowledgments to your team and your clients. You'll also be able to see historical workflows that have already kicked in. So basically, the one I really like is undeposited funds, when you receive a payment from a customer and it's sitting there and you don't make a deposit out of it, this will send a reminder, and will also it'll send it not only maybe to your accountant or maybe to your accounts receivable clerk, and it also can send it via email or a mobile notification. So there's really, really cool things you can set up in here. There's thank yous when a customer pays. It will go out automatically as an email. There is reminding you that you have not sent invoices. They're sitting there unsent to the customer. They will absolutely keep your team on task and make sure they're not letting things go and things aren't getting missed. So go ahead and try that out. Workflows is actually up in the gear. And so you click there and open workflows, and you can start setting these up and sending reminders. Maybe you need the reminder, right? Really good stuff. Now, some of those workflows can actually turn into a task as well. So task, like I mentioned earlier, is where you can set up a custom task saying, I want Mary to do something, or I want Bob to reconcile the checking account. So you can set those tasks up, not a problem. But there's a new workflow called invoice approval. And let's say I want somebody to be reminded to approve invoices. Well, if you set up that workflow, it automatically will set up a task. And so again, you can do custom tasks, or some of the workflows push over to the task centers as well. I should just point out where that is so you guys know where workflows and tasks are. Let me go here. So workflows are right here in the gear, and I'll just show you where there are. Again, I am in the sample company, so you can play with this. There are templates in here. These are the ones I mentioned: overdue invoices, payment received, etc. And then once you set up a template, it'll show up in your workflows here, and then you can see the history of when they went out and who got emailed, etc., who got notified. So that's where you're going to find workflows. Again, experiment with that in the test drive. And then some of the workflows create tasks. So I'll go to the tasks on the left navigation. You can add a custom task. Reconcile checking. That is due November 30th. And then you would assign it. And again, this is the test drive, so I don't have any users in here. But if I was in a live company, I would have the different users I could assign that to. And then you just save that, and it's going to show up here. This automatically went to Craig. And then these are the workflows that sync with tasks. So we can just start turning these on, right? Enable all these workflows, invoice approval, etc. So again, this is a place where somebody can land and see what their to-do list is for today. And they can filter it back to their names and open or completed. So nice little feature, especially if you have a large team of users. Remember, we can get up to 25 users into QuickBooks Online Advanced. Maybe you want to memorialize the data before you connect an app. I've seen that before, an app will connect and throw a bunch of data in there that you don't want. Or maybe you hired somebody who said they knew QuickBooks and they started entering stuff, and then you realize, oh my gosh, they have it all backwards. I can rewind, go back to before we hired that person, or whatever happened. Maybe somebody was trying to help and it didn't help at all. You can go back. It's a do-over. It's also a great way to get a static copy of the books. Okay, we prepared taxes, and this is our copy for tax, and this is what the books look like then, and then things started getting added later. Really great feature. It's included with QuickBooks Online Advanced. I'll show it to you where it is in the test drive. The test drive won't let me open it, but in the gear it says backup company, and that will open the app, and then you can turn on the backup. You can set it so it automatically backs up every day. So you'll always have a backup, and then you can pick any one of those and restore to that particular backup. So this is Intuit helping you manage all those people who are in your books and helping you out. One way they help you is by giving you a dedicated account team. Now, if you have a lot of users in there, and some of them may be new to QuickBooks and they're just getting their feet wet, the dedicated account team, you can contact them and they will help with here's where you can find out what bills you haven't paid. It can save you time because you're not training your new employee. You're letting the account team help them with software related questions. They're never going to go into like advisory work. They're just going to help people get through QuickBooks Online, maybe add a user or switch the master admin to somebody else, that kind of stuff. There's also free training. It's on-demand training, and all your users can get in there and learn all about accounts payable, about accounts receivable, learn how to do bank feeds, any of those kinds of things. It's videos that they can watch at any time, and you can standardize their processes and their workflows. Make sure they're doing it right. So take advantage of that training and get all of your team, especially when you're onboarding somebody, have them watch the videos, make sure they understand how to use QuickBooks Online. And then finally, should there be any technical issues, you get 24/7 support. And the nice part about that is if you're like me and you wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, I got to work on something, and then something technical or something's going wrong, guess what? They are there. You don't have to wait till 8 o'clock Monday morning when support opens. 24/7, no matter what it is, you can contact them. They're the best of the support teams, and those are rated by the customers, the best support agents, and you get front of the line. You're not going to wait on hold. So it's a fantastic perk for having QuickBooks Online Advanced. These are the 3 features in Priority Circle. Could your business benefit from any one of these features? It could be just one feature that's going to make all the difference for you, like batch invoices or importing invoices. Or maybe it's the automatic reminders because things are slipping through the cracks. People aren't in the office anymore. They're working remotely. You want to make sure that they do their tasks and they are emailing or being reminded of certain things that need to happen, like pay that bill, right? So would having the free training help? Would automating reminders help? Sending thank yous out to customers? If we imported 50 invoices just now, when they start paying, an automatic thank you would be nice. So it could be any one of these features that is the tipping feature for you. So take a look at these and see if any of those are of interest. So if your business is seeking or experiencing growth while you're adapting to change right now, you may want to invest in systems that are going to simplify, automate, and help you collaborate with that remote team. So switching to Advanced could be right for your business. You just have to ask yourself that question. So are you seeking out new strategies to help your business thrive and adapt to the change? Thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you learned something about QuickBooks Online Advanced, and what I really hope is that it's going to be helpful to you and your business. And good luck to all of you. If any of you have any questions, please reach out to me. Here's my email address, Erin@bookkeepersfriend.com, and we're in San Diego. Thank you.